Welcome to our comprehensive breakdown of healthcare costs for the upcoming year. Choosing between an HSA, an FSA, or a traditional PPO plan is one of the most important financial decisions your family will make. For 2026, the rules and limits have shifted, making it more vital than ever to understand your total out-of-pocket exposure. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the data using three distinct family scenarios to see which plan actually saves you the most money when the year is over. To start, let us look at our first scenario, which involves a healthy family. This family rarely visits the doctor, focusing mainly on annual checkups and preventive care. For them, the low monthly premiums of an HSA-eligible plan might look attractive. We will calculate how much they save on premiums and how those savings compare to the higher upfront deductible. We also factor in the tax advantages of the health savings account, which can act as a long-term investment vehicle if the funds are not used for medical bills. In our second scenario, we look at a family with moderate healthcare needs. This might include a few unexpected sick visits, regular prescriptions, or perhaps a trip to an urgent care clinic. This is where the comparison gets interesting. We will weigh the benefit of the PPO plan, which offers lower copays for office visits, against the tax-free contributions of an FSA. You will see exactly where the tipping point lies and how choosing the wrong plan could cost this family thousands of dollars in unnecessary premiums or uncovered expenses. Finally, we analyze a high-usage scenario. This represents a family managing chronic conditions, scheduled surgeries, or a pregnancy. In this case, reaching the out-of-pocket maximum is almost a certainty. We will compare how quickly each plan reaches that limit and what the true total cost looks like when you combine the annual premiums with the maximum deductible. Many people assume a PPO is always better for high costs, but our 2026 data might surprise you when you see the impact of employer contributions to an HSA. By the end of this comparison, you will have a clear framework to evaluate your own family's medical history and financial goals. We are not just looking at the monthly bill. We are looking at the big picture, including tax savings, employer matches, and the risk of unexpected emergencies. Stay tuned as we reveal the final numbers for each scenario to help you make the most informed choice for your wallet and your health in 2026. Before we jump into the numbers, we must understand the fundamental differences between these options. An HSA is paired with a high-deductible health plan, offering lower monthly premiums but requiring you to pay more upfront for care. However, it comes with a powerful triple tax advantage that no other account can match. On the other hand, an FSA is often paired with more traditional plans, allowing you to set aside pre-tax dollars for medical expenses, but it usually follows a use it or lose it rule. Then we have the PPO, the old reliable of the insurance world, which offers lower deductibles and predictable copays in exchange for much higher monthly premiums taken directly from your paycheck. Let us begin with our first scenario, which we call the low utilization family. This family is generally very healthy, they stay active, and they only visit the doctor for their annual physicals and routine screenings, which are typically covered at 100%. For this family, paying high monthly premiums for a PPO plan is often like throwing money away. We will show you how choosing an HSA allows this family to redirect those high premium costs into a savings account that grows over time. By the end of 2026, this family could potentially walk away with thousands of dollars in a tax-advantaged investment account, rather than giving that money to an insurance company for services they never use. Moving on to our second scenario, We examine the moderate utilization family. This is the most common situation for many households. This family might have children who play sports and occasionally end up in the emergency room, or perhaps they have ongoing prescriptions for common conditions like asthma or high blood pressure. This is the gray area where the decision becomes difficult. We will calculate the break-even point by looking at how many doctor visits it takes for the lower copays of a PPO to outweigh the tax savings of an HSA or FSA. We will also discuss how the employer contribution to an HSA can often tip the scales in favor of the high deductible plan, even when you expect to have several medical appointments throughout the year. Our third and final scenario is the high utilization family. This is a critical look at households facing significant medical events, such as a planned surgery, a new baby, or the management of a complex chronic illness. In these cases, the family will almost certainly hit their out-of-pocket maximum. Many people instinctively run toward a PPO in this situation because they want the security of low copays from day one. However, when we add up the total annual premiums of a PPO and compare them to the out-of-pocket maximum of an HSA plan minus the tax savings, the results are often shocking. We will break down the math to show you that sometimes the plan with the highest deductible actually results in the lowest total cost at the end of the year. As we wrap up this comparison for 2026, it is clear that there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The right choice depends entirely on your family's unique medical needs and your ability to manage cash flow. We have analyzed the premiums, the tax brackets, the employer matches, and the worst-case scenarios for all three paths. By looking at these three families, you can see where your own household fits into the data. Our mission is to ensure that you are not overpaying for insurance, and that every dollar you spend on healthcare is working as hard as possible for your family's future. Before we look at our families, let us establish the ground rules for 2026. The cost of healthcare continues to rise, and insurance companies have adjusted their premiums and deductibles accordingly. An HSA is not just a health plan, it is a strategic financial tool paired with a high deductible health plan. It allows for a triple tax advantage where your contributions are tax deductible, your earnings grow tax-free, and your withdrawals for medical expenses are never taxed. An FSA, while similar in its tax-free nature, operates on a much stricter timeline, usually requiring you to spend your funds within the plan year or risk losing them forever. Finally, the PPO remains the gold standard for predictability, offering fixed copays and lower deductibles in exchange for a significantly higher monthly premium that stays the same regardless of how much care you actually receive. Our first scenario focuses on the young and healthy family, often referred to as low utilizers. This family prioritizes wellness and rarely sees a doctor outside of their annual physical exams and basic preventive screenings. For this group, we will demonstrate the power of the premium gap. By choosing an HSA over a PPO, this family can save hundreds of dollars every single month in premiums alone. We will calculate exactly how much money stays in their pocket and how that money, when invested inside an HSA, can compound over time to create a significant medical nest egg for the future. We will show that for a healthy family, the PPO plan is often the most expensive choice because you are paying for a level of insurance coverage that you simply do not use. In our second scenario, we move to the moderate utilization family, which represents the majority of households in the country. This family has a few predictable expenses, such as monthly maintenance medications for allergies or cholesterol, a couple of visits to a specialist for a recurring issue,